He's already exhausted beyond what most men could endure. And yet, he wins a race against boys half his age, and he steps into fistfights with nothing but his presence and a smile. The Miracles and Prophecies of St. John Bosco, a project of America Needs Fatima. I'm your host, Adrian Fonseca. Subscribe for new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Welcome to the Miracles and Prophecies of St. John Bosco. I'm Adrian Fonseca. These videos exist to share timeless wisdom from St. John Bosco that can inspire you to grow closer to Christ and Our Lady. Today we're looking at how Don Bosco was able to give everything he had, every single day, for years, and what that kind of love actually looks like up close. Later in this video, I'll tell you more about our monthly promoter program, so stay tuned to find out more. The link is in the description right now if you just can't wait. Picture an Italian courtyard, alive with noise, hundreds of boys playing all around, dust rising into the evening air, worn shoes scraping the ground. Now focus on one man in the middle of it all. He's not watching from a safe distance. He's constantly moving, darting from one group to another, stepping into games, breaking up fights, answering questions, teaching, correcting, encouraging, as if he somehow belongs to every boy at once. And here's the thing, he's already exhausted beyond what most men can endure. And yet, he does not stop. You see, St. John Bosco isn't just a busy priest or a committed teacher. Hidden beneath the oratory's constant motion is a man being consumed. From morning until night, he teaches in the classroom, preaches from the pulpit, listens in the confessional, and answers questions in the courtyard. Everything from the mysteries of creation to the details of history, from practical trades to the deepest truths of the faith. And he answers each one patiently, carefully, as if every question matters. Because to him, there is a soul behind each question, and that makes every single one worthy of everything he has. And then, just when you think he must finally rest, he runs. Imagine hundreds of boys lining up, eager and competitive, shouting with excitement, and as Don Bosco fixes his cassock slightly, he smiles and calls out, "A 1, 2, 3, and suddenly they're off, a surge of youth rushing ahead, and somehow, impossibly, Don Bosco crosses the finish line first. Those who witnessed it said they could barely believe their eyes. This man, by every natural measure, should be slowing down, and yet he wins. Where does that strength come from? Well, I think we all know the answer. But if you look closely, the real miracle isn't happening in the race. It's happening during the fights. When a brawl breaks out, Don Bosco rushes in. At first, the boys would ignore him, blinded by anger. But the moment he takes a hold of them, the moment his hands are on their shoulder, they stop. Instantly. As if they recognize through his very touch. Even without being able to explain it, they know that they are loved. What looks like ordinary human interaction is in reality infused with grace. By entering into their world, he earns their trust, and then and only then he leads them to God. In a world full of distractions and competing voices, these rough young men gave their complete confidence to this one priest. Why? Because he had first given himself completely to them. But this kind of life comes at a cost. What exhausted Don Bosco the most wasn't the running or the fighting. It was the constant giving of himself, the constant speaking, the constant listening, the constant presence from morning to night, day after day without pause, without holding anything back. That is not something that human strength can sustain. What we're watching is a man so completely united to God that grace flows through even his smallest actions. A game, a touch on the shoulder, a patient answer to one more question. And there's one more thing that set him apart from every other priest that those boys had ever encountered. And I'll tell you about it in a moment, but first I want you to reflect on this. We all desire to give more, to love better, to be more present to the people God puts in front of us. But the truth is that you can't pour from an empty cup. And that's exactly why we started the monthly promoters of St. John Bosco. It is designed to do just that, fill your cup. When you become a monthly promoter, you receive a daily traditional Catholic Mass offered for your intentions. You receive daily rosaries offered for you and your family. You'll receive bi-monthly deliveries of Crusade magazine, a wonderful magazine keeping you connected to these kinds of stories and the deeper currents of Catholic life. You'll receive a certificate of membership, beautiful images of Our Lady Help of Christians and St. John Bosco, and Don Bosco's own writings, including his roadmap to heaven. These are genuine spiritual lifelines for modern Catholic life. So click the link in the description and become a monthly promoter of St. John Bosco today. Now let me tell you about Don Bosco's special love, the one thing that set him apart from every other priest that those boys had ever encountered. Don Bosco had a special love for the poorest, the most neglected, and the most difficult. He wasn't looking for the easy boys, not the ones who showed up clean and cooperative. He delighted in the disheveled, the noisy, the impatient, and even the troublesome ones that every other priest and every other teacher and every other adult had quietly given up on. He did not wait for them to get better. He loved them. He loved them first, and that unconditional love made them become better. And that was his secret. So what does this mean for us? We're not running races in Italian courtyards, and we're probably not answering thousands of questions from boys in torn clothes, though I'm sure some moms and dads think so. But we are surrounded by souls, in our families and in our neighborhoods, at work and in our daily lives. And often, like those boys, the people around us are searching, even when they don't know it, even when they push back or act rough or seem completely indifferent. Don Bosco's life shows us that sanctity isn't found in the spectacular. It's found in the exhausting, faithful, daily engagement with the people that God places in front of us. So every conversation that we have, it matters. When we give ourselves generously, even beyond what feels possible, God supplies what we lack. He did it for Don Bosco, and he'll do it for us. So here's my question for you. Is there someone in your life right now who needs your presence more than anything else? Someone who might just be waiting for one person to stop and actually love them? Leave their first names or initials in the comments. I'll be praying for them, and maybe everyone watching can also pray for them too. And before you go, I want to recommend a video that perfectly captures the cost of total self-gift. It's called Don Bosco Rose from His Deathbed to Save Street Boys. It's a story of Don Bosco's response when his own health failed and people urged him to slow down. And what he said, it still stops me in my tracks. So watch it, the link is on the screen right now. St. John Bosco, pray for us. May God bless you, and Mary Immaculate keep you under her mantle. God love you.